Okay, so hello. I brought a dice. Apparently, Jenna has dice too. Hello, everyone. We're here for Everything Under the Sun, which is our like happy hour wild show where we just hang out. Okay, so today we were all supposed to bring top. Well, anyway, how is everyone? Like, I'm not. I didn't try to mean to stop our check-in. How are y'all?
Good. Sorry, I was just getting my dice.
I have dice too. I have dice.
We have lots of backup dice.
We can roll dice to see whose dice we get to use.
Yeah.
Mine has a skull in it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I have this size dice.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that wild?
Whoa,
These are all my kids. They're not really mine.
that's amazing.
I know, they're
My
fun.
dice have little skulls in them too because Andy sent them to me.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Remember you sent me these?
Jewel skulls.
I'm curious how the skull dice work.
Mhm.
Oh, they are not dice. You just roll them and they're always skulls.
Okay.
This one is
wow.
really a skull inside it. I don't know if you can see it.
None of mine are skulls. Where?
And
Okay,
crosses.
so did everyone bring a topic?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we all did our job. Okay, that's cool. So how do we should we go around and give ourselves a number, or how does this work?
Roll the dice. Let's see.
No. We could let's see. Should we do it alphabetical order?
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm 1, Debbie's 2.
Oh, let's do it reverse alphabetical by the first letter of your last name.
Okay.
Andy.
Okay.
And Andy's like, let's do it with alphabetical order. I'm A.
Oh well, 1 doesn't come up more often than 6. I mean, whatever. It's whatever.
What about the last letter of our last name?
You got L's on both sides.
All right,
The
JC,
reason-
you decide how we decide.
No, my last letter is Z, and if we go in
I
reverse
just
order.
decided I want to give you a hard time no matter what you suggest because I don't know. That's, I guess, my mood. Where are the stars? I don't know.
Oh my god, that's cool because Mars is on my descendant, and someone should be giving me a hard time right now. I'm glad it's you. Yeah. Okay.
All right, sorry. I'll be quiet.
No, now you're in charge. I'm not taking your crap.
Oh, well, we have 6 people, and I have a dice that has the numbers 1 through 3.
You're like the comedian today with Isn't Mercury and Sag today?
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
At what Sag? It's
It
like
just entered.
Yeah.
oh, interesting. It's square my sun.
It's Z0.
Oh, I see. You're Mercury. You are Mercury square sun right now. You're
Yeah,
just unhinged.
I'm unhinged. I'm gonna roll this dice, and I see Andy, then Jenna, then Debbie D, Kimber, me, and Laurel. So in those order of 6.
But there's only 1, 2, and 3 on your dice.
No, this dice has 6.
Okay.
All right,
All right.
and it is not weighted. All right, it's a 6. Laurel, you're up.
Oh, okay. Dang. All right. Let me pull up. I had to take some notes because I
And when you're in charge
gotta
of the
get this
topic,
straight in my head.
you have to mediate the room.
Mm.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So I'll start with my question, but then I want to like kind of lead up to my thoughts on my question, which I hope, yeah. All right. So, and also Andy, like I brought up this question at the constellation circle, and then you put a term to it, and so, but I've been thinking about just like reading signs in nature, and then you didn't coin the term, but you brought up the term augury, which is actually the Romans coined that term. However, so basically augury is sort of like the reading of nature, particularly animals and birds. But really, I mean, I think of it as a form of like animism, which has been practiced by humans for this is the longest religion from time tell. And but like how the Romans did it, they kind of looked to their gods to see if they like disapproved of, their war or to predict the future. But then, so I kind of think like modern humans are wired for that. We doesn't really matter if you're like what your thinking is, but I think you hear about people all the time saying like a hummingbird or a butterfly appeared, and that makes me feel that my father who's died has come to visit me, etc. Or it's like it kind of speaks to like if there's something positive or negative happening in your life, you could read that as a sign either way. And I've always done this, and I do it with numbers and even inanimate objects, but particularly with animals, where I just find meaning in like in those signs. And so in numbers too, that's a big one for me. But I once had a psychologist or a counselor tell me that was magical thinking, and like attributing it to as some like sort of negative thing in my brain that needed to be fixed. And so I don't know, I just wanted to talk about that. And like I just think humans just that's something that that's just like in us, and it's not yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts on augury? Like, do you know what I'm talking about here? I'm sure you do, but do you do that?
I've never heard
Great.
about that. So are we talking about our souls calling? Is that what we're talking about?
No, just like kind of reading signs around you. So like for me, I look at numbers a lot. So it could be the time that's in particular, like I repeatedly see certain numbers, and and they're palindromes often. Like I'll look at the clock, and every time I look at the clock, it's the same number forward and backwards, but I've sort of like assigned them to people. So like all the 8s, especially 808 is my grandmother, and like the 9s, particularly 919 is my father. And it just seems like when those things appear, it happens to be really relevant, and it feels like affirming to like whatever thoughts or like the scenario that's happening around me. Like it's sort of approval based, or like you're okay, like you're on the so it's just
there was somebody I was
Yeah.
with who was like the love of my life. He passed away, and his birthday was November 16th. And I can't tell you how many times when I feel like I need somebody to give me guidance, I see 1116 somewhere.
Okay.
1116, 1116, 1116, 1116.
Yeah. So
It's interesting. Or music will come on that we were connected to. And it's like, I actually feel him when I hear this song. It's just incredible.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, well, since no one's talking, I'll talk. Yeah, this is how my schizophrenia looks. Is I have a moon in the Pisces square Neptune, and when I have transits to it, I do intense augury to a level that's magical thinking, to a level that people then get disturbed by. Like I'll be making like magic out of like every little thing. Like I'll be like talking to you, and then I'll all of a sudden see the color tan, which I associate with your Taurus moon, which I then think that means that you're like talking to me later. And then I'll see a license plate that says Laurel, and then and I'm just like, oh my God, Laurel is talking to me like through it's like, but that's schizophrenia, is like the magical thinking to a level that becomes the antithesis of reality. Now, as a producer, I actually think that it's a function of survival as a producer. Like I do something called reading cars, which I got put in the hospital for because I would sit and look out the window and read cars, and they were like, and I kept saying the license plates are flying at me, and they thought I was hallucinating. But actually I was doing intense augury. Like now when I read cars, like Shane's like, oh, you're doing augury, because like it's like people used to read flocks of birds. Like I'll do like a really political move. Like I get in a fight with somebody who's like really big in astrology, and I have to go out and read cars, and I like read all the orange cars of my baby daddy because he's Leo, and like all the gray cars are Shane, and the blue cars are my dad, and the maroon cars are my mom. And so like my mom says this, Shane says this, like, and so every car talks back to me about the political decision I just made.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no right or wrong. So I don't know. That's my long-winded answer of like, yeah, I've gotten in a lot of trouble for doing augury.
Yeah. But do you see a correlation at all between that and just like astrology or tarot, where there's like sort of this like agreed upon set of rules. I mean, people do use it intuitively and don't necessarily go according to like these agreed upon rules, but like how is that different if you like if your life is if you're always thinking astrologically like versus just like using your intuition with like this reading your world around you? I don't know.
I do a lot of what Andy's talking about, but I don't do it to a point that people who are worried about me that have authority over me can do anything about it. Is that the way I can put that? Like when all that stuff was going on with Jimmy Kimmel, I was driving my kid to the bus the next day and someone's license plate was oh no. And then the person behind them's license plate was like JMYKML. And I like died laughing. I was like, we got to get a picture of this. This is too funny. Like,
Yeah.
Maybe that was a little bit interrupting my life as I'm like swerving, but it was hilarious. And it was like the universe having a sense of humor.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, maybe it is astrologers. Maybe even when you talk about, I'm sorry, I just lost my thought here. My dad had the same thing that Andy has, and schizophrenia. And you know what? What if it's not a disease? What if it's a gift? What if it is that you could go beyond the realms of what most people fear to go past?
Well, Fern has a Sun Square Neptune, and I can talk about her because she's public about her chart and public about reading augury. And she told this hilarious story where she was trying to figure out if she should like do a certain drug. And she looked up and it said there was a poster that said "Let it snow," and she was like, "Okay, let's do the drug." But I think people who are tarot readers, like she's a tarot reader, or who are astrologers, are trained to be magical and trained to see magic. Like tarot is augury. It's like you're pulling a card and then reading the magic in that card, and it's a deck. It's an augury deck. I mean, but Fern has taken it off the deck and like is reading augury everywhere. Does that mean she's crazy? I think she's trained in magical thinking, and so then schizophrenia is when we take it to a place where we can get in trouble.
Okay, I have a question then. When is it augury and when is it rationalizing not having to take responsibility for the choice?
That's a great question.
Ooh.
Well, I think there's times where we want a random content generator on our choice. Like, for example, runes or anything. There are augury tools like runes, tarot, astrology, and so sometimes we actually literally don't know how to think about a thing, or we really do need information from the universe or a random. It's like when I'm reading cards, I actually don't know what to think about what I just did because there's no one way. So I have to read like 20 people. What would they think? But I think it's kind of like, why did we roll the dice to decide who's going to speak? It makes for a more fun game. Like, I actually am enjoying this hour more because we are doing the dice roll now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think it makes life more enjoyable.
Well, I mean, it's because, why I'm wondering this is because oftentimes we're pressing like, no, we have free will. And then is it like, are you giving away your free will? Me like, all right, I don't want to have to make this choice, or, but I'm not saying that is either, because I hear what you're saying, Andy, and what it is you're trying to get multiple perspectives before you take responsibility for making the choice. So maybe augury is a way of calling out to the universe, like, give me some options here, but then I, as the I am with free will ultimately decide and take responsibility for the consequences.
Yeah. I mean, sorry, go ahead. Were you going to say something, Kimber?
I've never heard of augury, so I'm trying to think about, I've have signs through birds, and I think because birds are a thing that other people like and maybe don't think about the sign behind it, it's not seen as weird in like mainstream society. But it wasn't to tell me what choice, so maybe I'm not understanding augury right, but it always gives light to, like, it's like a response to a thought. of like, or like I'll think it's a good thing. Like it definitely represent, like the bird matches with the symbolism behind it, and then within a month something occurs or happens, and there's only one bird that it's like I'll have an intrusive thought or not believe something that I want to be true, and then that specific bird will show up within 24 hours. Not, it's a parrot, so it's not like it's always in person, but it's like somewhere on the TV, or it's in my dream, or it was like literally in my wax studio. Like it's not, it's just strange. And so, but that like a parrot represents communication and truth telling, like with the divine. And it's like, so that's the only bird that doesn't really tell me anything besides be quiet. Like you're not delusional. This will happen. But like blue jays and robins are my other one. And they're always, those represent new beginnings. Blue jays I like seeing a lot because I never see them. But it's always been a negative or like painful new beginnings for me.
Wow.
Is it cheating if you have bird feeders?
I don't have any. Yeah, I don't know. But I do. That's so funny because my mom, I grew up with bird feeders and there are hummingbirds everywhere. So I don't, hummingbirds aren't one of those birds for me. It's just kind of, and I see other birds, but there's just, it's those three birds that I just have always, like the second I see them, I could be on a phone and I'll just like say, I got to go, bye. And I have to go stare at it because I'm like, how long is it going to be there?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I was wondering the same thing because I have blue jays in my back and side yard often. Like there's a certain pole that they like to sit on and stuff. So I guess I would have to have other birds.
Yeah.
So pulling you into like a meditation or a mindfulness, that feels super positive.
Yeah.
Mm.
I love it.
So yeah, I did have a hummingbird feeder right outside my kitchen window for many years because I was the one that fed them, and I didn't really attribute any science to them per se. But just the other day, I was sitting on my porch, and I haven't had that feeder in a couple of years. And two hummingbirds flew in under the covered porch, and they were like hovering right in front of me. And then it's just like I knew that they were probably telling me that they were hungry because it's winter and it's kind of warm out, and hummingbirds hibernate in the winter, but they're looking for food. There's none because there are no flowers, and so like I just knew that they were telling me that they were hungry. So I mean, that's like, maybe that's just sort of like a basic obvious form of communication, but I feel like there's possible communication on other levels. And kind of to say what you're asking, Jay-Z, about like choice, I think choice is subjective no matter what. So like if you're speaking or if you're listening to yourself from within or being informed by, like, you're always being informed by your outer world because we live in it and it's impossible to like get away from that. So it's just like kind of another layer. I don't think that I don't know. It just seems like choice is going to be subjective no matter what. Like, yeah.
With them showing up, like because you feed them, it's almost like maybe in that moment, I don't know, you might be able to reflect on this or maybe pay attention to it in the future, but like, is there a message where it's like, hey, we know you're reliable, like you're a good friend, or like something like that, where it's like affirming something about your character?
Yeah.
So are there different auguries? One where messages just show up randomly, and then versus when we ask for augury?
Yeah, I think that it can, that what you just, the way you phrase that, like, are there different forms? Like, yeah, I think that that's true. I don't know,
like the spirit initiated contact.
Yeah, dependent on the user. I mean, I also like that there's not like rules. There's not like, it can be, it's just sort of like pertinent to the individual and how they might just snap. Like, I don't even think a lot of people are even aware that they're doing it. On the way here, like, there's this driver that was like a rhythm breaker. Like, they were going at a speed that would prevent me from taking a left on this weird corner that's not very visible. And they could see that I was trying to take the left, but I felt like they just didn't care. And I was annoyed with them, but when I pulled behind them, their license plate was 022DKZ, and my favorite number is 22, and my last name is Kurtz, and so it's KZ. And like it's just like noticing that kind of thing and just like trying to put meaning to it. It doesn't necessarily mean anything other than like I did have like this energetic exchange with this person. And then I don't know, in some ways it kind of like lessened the intensity of that feeling, like sort of like a shut up kind of a moment. I don't know. Like, yeah. So anyway.
Well, I mean, I do want to say something, and if you want me to shut up, just let me know. But I do have a talkative chart. Jenna, well, so in the Greeks they call this the Fantasia realm, which we have talked a lot about how it turns into the fantasy realm in the modern day, like all that's just a fantasy. But in the Greek realm, they took it really seriously. The Fantasia realm is like the realm of pictures. So sometimes they say that pictures can be sent to us, like you're saying a spirit initiated augury would be like a picture is sent to us. Whereas if we ask for a picture, like universe, can you show me a picture about this decision? I feel like they're both engaging the Fantasia realm, but there is, I mean, it just seems different. I don't know. They seem like a different thing, but they're also similarly in the picture realm.
I don't always ask for like an answer. Like for me, I'm also like, hey, I'd love to like hang out with you today. Can you send me a sign? And depending which god or which guide or which relative it is, like they all have different signs. If that makes sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool. Well, let's go on to the next topic. As the mediator, I say.
Roll it, Laurel. Do you have a die?
I don't have die. Will someone do it for me?
We must roll to see who rolls.
Yeah. Jay-Z, you got some cool skull dice that I was impressed with, so you can obviously do your 6-sided blue die, but
all right, well, here I got another 6-sided die. We could do the same thing. Ready?
Yeah.
That's a 1. That's you, Andy.
Okay, I'm still tripping on what we do when people dislike us. So I want to talk about being disliked. And Jesse read the book, The Courage to Be Disliked, and I'm starting that book. But I want to talk to us, or I want us to talk about that, especially since we live on air, a lot of us, at least for these live streams anyway. And one of the things I was reading about, being an online person is like one of the treacheries of the job is being critiqued or disliked. And so I just really want us to get a handle on like, how do we look at that? Because it's going to happen. So like, okay. So what do you guys think about being disliked and how do we get over it? Well, Jay-Z, what'd you learn from the book?
Well, I was going to say, you know how we started reading this book yesterday? Mm-hmm. And we're going to do it in 10 lessons. We'll look at number 8 is learn to take a punch. Mm-hmm. So I think it's going to happen in this book too, is like when you put yourself out there, that's what's going to happen. And to answer your question of like, what did I learn from the courage to be disliked is that if you are not disliked, that means you're not doing a very bold and good job of being yourself. Mm-hmm. Because when you think about how many different people there are in the world and you think about all their charts, right? Like, I mean, if you have no Virgo in your chart and somebody is a triple Virgo and you are messy in the to them, you're messy in the way you do things, like they're just not going to like it. But that doesn't mean that you are wrong and they are right, or they are wrong and you are right. It's just like people are not going to be 100% gung-ho about each other and every single thing they do. I mean, I'm not even gung-ho about every single thing I do. So how would I be that about you? So the metaphorical you, not you, Andy, though. I love everything you do.
Oh, stop. I'm legit so annoying. So
I annoy myself sometimes. Like I'll start singing and then I'm like, I fucking hate this song. And then I'm like, please stop singing. So yep.
Yeah, I hate to hear my own recordings and stuff. I don't like my voice. But you know, I think there's kind of a division between people don't liking you and people don't like something that you're doing. It's a little different. I mean, you could have people love you to death, but there's like, you are freaking annoying me. You know, and that's different than someone who doesn't like you. If someone doesn't like you, it's like, well, just cut the umbilical cord with them. You don't need to be with somebody who doesn't like you as a person. You know, yeah, I mean, we all have enough connecting people with us that do love us, that do care about us, who like us, and so you don't need to. People who are rude are just like, you know, what's your problem? You know, it's their problem, not yours.
Mm-hmm.
It's just my take on that.
I want to actually speak to that because, like, I do think that calculatively that is like a really good approach of like, if you have a good composite chart with somebody or good synastry, like you will generally have good alchemy with them and you can get through the annoyances. And I really love that delineation of like, sometimes we really like somebody, but they start doing a thing we don't like. They start saying a phrase we don't like or whatever, go through a transit that's kind of weird or, you know, kind of thing. And I love that you do just because I think we could have the courage to. What was that book, Radical Candor, Jay-Z, which was talking about in management? You should have the courage to be like open when something is annoying you, like to be like, stop doing that thing. But I like Debbie's point of if somebody just categorically you rub them the wrong way from a composite perspective, bye-bye. Like, why would we stay in bad math? That would just be a no.
I think too, like when we're trying to avoid being disliked, it's not that we're actually being liked. Like we can also just be, it's like you don't even realize you're settling for being tolerated. And so it's like that is like kind of hindering you. It makes me think like when I lived in Philly, which I love Philly, but it was just I was surrounded by people who thought exactly like me. And I'm an Aquarius in the 4th house. And so, but it was great. I didn't really have to stand up or disagree with anyone because we all thought the same thing. Now I live in Texas and it's very different. And it's just, but it's weird because it's been a challenge, but I'm being like, I have less people around me that just agree with me, but I feel more Aquarian and more fool because I'm being kind of pushed to just like, no, but this is who I am. And I feel more alive in that. So it's like kind of being willing to not be liked or not invited to something or seen as something that you can't control isn't necessarily like what we think. It's not going to be the end of the world. It might be like the beginning, I guess.
Yeah, I like that. That sounds great. Mm-hmm.
And it like makes a path for more opportunities. Like if someone doesn't like you, it's because someone better, not better than raw better, but better fit is going to come in. So don't hold on to something that isn't meant to be.
Yeah.
Like Texas. Better. No, just kidding.
Are there certain topics, because we are topical, like in what we do, like for example in this show, are there certain topics you guys like better than others, or like are there any topics that you dislike?
I was talking about this with Jenna earlier. I don't like talking about the 10th house.
So let's talk about the 10th house.
Do you have any planets there?
I have Chiron there, but
Okay.
it's yeah. I just don't, I think it's more of what I don't like is the career emphasis, because I'm like, the 10th house is so much more. And it's like, I'm really good at doing like climbing a ladder and then realizing like, oh, this isn't even the ladder I'm supposed to be climbing. Or just because you're good at something doesn't mean you should be doing it or saying yes. And so I just don't like when people only think about career when we're talking about the 10th house. So it just doesn't interest me.
Yeah. Well, you guys all loved the Q topic, but I didn't like the Q topic. If I'm like being honest, this is just like it doesn't appeal to my like instincts, or I'm not into like organization or yeah, I didn't like that topic. Just to put it out there, like, but everybody else loved it. Like,
What was that? What is the
like,
Q topic?
When we were talking about our Qs,
yeah,
Q-U-E-U-E.
Oh, the cues. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
It didn't resonate with me, and I was like, okay. Well.
I still think about that.
I know everybody loved it. But
Yeah.
that's fine. Like, I still like it. Everybody here. Sorry, I had to mute for a second.
Well, it's interesting because controversial topics blow up. Like if you look at, running the crowd, it's like if you say something controversial, that people just show up and they just, so while they might not even like the topic, it draws passion out of them, right? But then some topics are so boring that people are like, oh, like, so in some ways we could say the worst topics are those that bore us. You know what I mean? Like, would you guys rather have a controversial topic than a boring topic?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a personal choice, right? Whether you think it's boring or not. Some people might are bored with some topics, and other people, like you said about the cues, it's like some people liked it, some people didn't like it. I think that's interesting just in itself. Even if you don't like it, you learn a lot from that. I'm not going to mention names, but you were on YouTube with the other day. Somebody was getting pissed off about and the person. This is my second round on listening to this person. I find the topic very interesting, and then it annoys the crap out of me. I think you kind of know who I'm talking about, but I'm not going to name names.
Oh no.
I don't know. But I'm curious.
I'm kind of saying, like, if we're making an effect at all, then someone will dislike us.
Yeah.
Is that what
isn't that? I think somebody mentioned that. It's like, so if somebody doesn't like you, it's like it's still, and even with in acting and everything, people were so worried about the reviews. If you get a bad review is even a review. You're in the spotlight. People are people. I mean, we are messy. People are going to either like you, not like you, or love you. That's just the way it is in life.
Well, they always say in show business, the only thing worse than being talked about is not being talked about.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, and they also say that the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. Like, so if somebody was indifferent towards you, that would be worse than if they hated you.
Right, exactly. Yep.
I'm curious about Jenna and Kimber, because you guys have a show upcoming. Like, is this an issue for you guys? Are you worried about being liked?
Well, Kimber and I our suns are literally opposite of each other, and Kimber
and our penises and our ascendants. So like pretty much, and our Mars is everything.
Yeah. Wow. So I was saying, I was like, what if we get recognized at the United Astrology Conference? I'm going to be wearing this shirt. And Kimber was like, I'm going to die if we get recognized.
Like, don't look at me. Yeah.
No, so Kimber's hoping to not be liked.
No, I think I like having conversations where people are different than me, or like that we think differently. And I think I guess disagreed with is, if that's what disliked means, then I'm open to it. I think that sometimes, especially in social media, there are people who like hate and like the death threats thing that people will just, people that they don't know, or like wishing harm on people. that's more of the like, I don't think that's dislike. I don't even know if that's hate. That's just something weird that I just can't wrap my head around. But I'm like, that would be something that would be concerning. And I feel like anyone that were to do that, I don't know if we had the same views about just like humans and love. I don't know. That would be
Yeah.
Like
So
if
what if
someone
safety
agreed-
wasn't a concern? Like, what if you had bodyguards? Then would you mind if people hated on you?
I don't know. I think I've been so like against my will, kind of. I feel like I've had this experience. I'm a Libra rising, but my progressed Venus is stationing, and since my social circle's gotten really small, but I have higher quality friendships. But I think I've kind of had to release what people think about me, because it's really just like this weird, I'm not being authentic. I'm being more cool girl and masking, and that's really exhausting. And I just want to be Kimber, and that feels really nice. So it's like, I don't think, as long as I don't have to worry about like if I had bodyguards, you don't have to like me.
Maybe somewhere press we could judge our success on whether or not we're being authentic, not whether or not people are liking us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing is like, especially when you talk, if you're talking social media, like there are people that are just trolls. I mean, that are literally like feeding off of the energy of like the politics of outrage, you know? And so they are, really has nothing to do even with you or what your topic is, or that you've actually annoyed them, but they've found a hook that they can use to start to try to stir up some energy.
Yeah. You're making me think too, like I think, I don't know if it's my fourth house emphasis, but it's like I care more about being disliked by family or people who I thought were like going to be lifelong family than I do by people who don't know me or just coworkers even. But it's very much like I'm willing to be disliked, but that hurts me more.
But that's because you know your family, because you understand stand it. You know, like a stranger or someone that you don't know that well, it's kind of like it's like a quick punch. But
Yeah.
if you know your family, it's like it's the same old story again. Okay, whatever, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And I was born into an interracial family. So it's like I wasn't fully accepted by extended family. So it's like
wow.
very Saturn Aquarius situation. But it's one of those things where it's like I think when I was younger, I was trying to prove or like fit in, and it still hurts, but it's honestly like chosen family is something I'm very attached to because I didn't feel connected to extended. And so if those relationships end, it's like they maybe mean more to me than like but maybe they didn't see it as like a family relationship.
Yeah.
That's one of the things they call it, like fictive kinship, which is chosen family. And one of the strengths of it is that you get to choose each other, and that means you do like each other. Whereas in fated family, we don't always gel with the charts of people in our family. But that is a beautiful thing about chosen family.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we could move on. Thanks for going through that. Okay, who's rolling the dice next?
You pick or you roll.
Okay, Jenna, you roll.
Oh gosh. Okay, here we go. You guys got to blow on it. Get the spirits off. It's 1 again. So should I roll again?
Yeah, roll again.
All right. Not 1. Oh my God, it's falling. Nope. Come on, dice. It's like a ones only dice. Oh my God, you guys, it's a 6. What the heck? 3. Woo!
All right. Are you
Debbie.
and Jay-Z the same? Because you both are J? No.
I think they're going by a camera placement.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Debbie D is number 3.
Yeah.
Oh, Okay, your topics are all so very interesting. I picked something kind of boring. I just the holidays are
Don't
coming up,
judge
and
the likability of your topic.
We love it
Are you
already.
being authentic?
so authentically, of course, because I have Venus in Cancer. It was about holiday food. Who does the cooking? Who does the taking the bringing the desserts? What is a hard no? And does it kind of resonate with your chart?
Hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like
So-
I love to cook. And I have that Venus in Cancer, and I just love to cook. So I cook up a storm. It doesn't make a difference how many people are there. Lots of baking and cooking. So, and hardly anything is off limits. And I'm a kind of people pleaser with that. What do you want? Okay. Oh, you want a lamb, you want salmon, and you want lasagna. Okay, got it. All three. That's good.
Wow. So the question is, what do people cook?
Yes.
Okay.
My Venus is in the 6th house, so I actually like to be served the food rather than cook it.
Ah, there you go. And what
Yeah.
foods do you like?
Whatever someone else has cooked for me. My husband's a really good cook, so whatever
That's
he's
great.
cooking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I so I've lived with my dad for like 26 years before he died a couple years ago, and he is an excellent cook. He's a really good cook, and he's cooks every night, and he's a nurturer. I think he's my moon in my chart, and he did most of the cooking until he started to get sick and couldn't, and I took over that role, and I always am the one that hosts, and I always have my closest friends and my friend family members over, and I cook, and I don't know how that's really reflected in my chart, other than I have Cancer both in my IC and my South Node, and then I kind of do have like this take charge thing, having my MC and North Node in Capricorn. My 4th house is Leo. I don't have anything in Leo, but I have the Taurus moon and Taurus rising. Like that's kind of nurturing and loves food. But yeah, I don't know what it is.
Where's your sun then? Your sun rules.
I am the
yeah,
one.
Your sun rules your 4th house. So what sign is it in?
It's Gemini. So and my Venus is Gemini, and like everything is freaking Gemini. I'm like all air. Okay, so yeah.
Do you follow recipes? How does that work for you?
Not necessarily. No, I'm like, I mean, I do, but I also am like, I'm comfortable not following recipes. I have, I'm not really a creature of habit. Like I don't have so.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's
great.
Yeah.
Jay-Z.
Yeah, I have my Cancer and Jupiter there in my 4th house, and I like home cooked food. I don't like to go out to eat. I don't like eating in a restaurant because I would rather eat at home the food that I cook that I know I like and is healthy for me.
Yeah.
And I like nurturing myself, but I don't like cooking for other people unless they want exactly what I want. Like I like to give people the experience of being able to eat what I would eat. So I won't go out of my way to cook somebody else's favorite anything, but I love to share my thing, if that makes any sense.
You have Aries, right? Do you have Aries rising?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, of course. It's,
that's why Cancer is my 4th house, right? And so that's where my moon is. Sorry, my moon
then yeah.
are there in my 4th house.
So you put a lot of love into what you cook, I imagine.
Yeah, for myself.
Yeah. That's cool.
The most complicated part about going to Gloucester is dealing with the food thing, because like Jay-Z is like actually like seems like a solo food person. Like, do not interface with the food.
Oh, well, or let me cook what I was gonna cook and then eat, if So that's funny when my yogi friends come here, and there are like 4 or 5 of us. I'll just cook what I was cooking, and everybody is really happy because they all kind of either like that kind of food, really healthy food, or want to eat it, but then also, everybody will kind of try to contribute their part of it too, in which I usually just prefer to cook it all myself.
Like you put that at the end of the table when they bring the food. It's like, okay,
Well,
this,
no, it means they'd be in the kitchen in my way.
You have a big kitchen.
Yeah. I can relate.
I'm pretty like that too. I don't.
Yeah.
My son and I are the only two that are allowed to cook, and then everybody else get out of the kitchen. It's just me and my son. We cook together.
Yeah.
Well, you
I like the idea of it. I just am then it's me that's not good at relating with other people and working around them. So that's why it's not them that's the problem, it's me. For sure.
well, you have that Virgo stuff, sextile your Cancer stuff, so you're kind of Virgoically Cancer. You're like, I'm not like kind of particular about it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's them, not me, in the kitchen, because I know how to work in the kitchen and they don't. So like, it's gonna
My son and I just work so well in the kitchen together, and it's like, like if somebody's in the kitchen, like, what can we do? Just get out of the way. Just wait.
I guess that's it too. Like, if somebody else is in my kitchen trying to cook something, they're always interrupting me by asking questions like, what bowl do I use for this? Or where's this?
Totally.
Or, whatever. And I have to stop what I'm doing, answer their question, and then go back to what I was doing.
Yeah.
And did you give him a look? Did you give him like, come on, just tell me what it is so I can.
It's like, figure it out. Open
I feel like you're like does not play well with others.
Oh, absolutely. I totally don't. I attribute it to having skipped kindergarten. I never learned to share. I'm just so bad at it.
Well, I feel, what are we going to do about the fact that I want to go out to a restaurant and you don't like to go out to restaurants?
No, we'll go out to because we've negotiated this. I mean, this is why we talk about things ahead of time. And also, like, I say, like, this is my stance, but then when it comes down to it, I really don't care, But it's my kind of going in stance. If you ask me my preference, I'll tell you my preference, but I'm always, like, super flexible.
This is good information for January. I will stay in my room when you're cooking.
No, that's the other thing too. Like, I want everybody else to be doing their thing around the table or whatever. I like being in community, but not having to interact with them while I'm doing something.
Jenna, you and I can hang out and do like play cards while Jay-Z cooks.
Like hidden away.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's perfect.
Well, I give my guests a lot of like a charcuterie, board and whatever. I like figs and dark chocolate. I like to put things all pretty like on the board, and yeah, we do that. All different kinds of nice cheeses.
Bye, Patrick.
Oh, bye, Patrick. Have
do you
fun
do
gaming.
that, Debbie, so they stay away from the kitchen?
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes when my dogs are annoying, I'll give them like chewy treats so they stay away from me too. So I totally get what you're saying.
Yes, yeah. The dog is definitely not allowed, but she knows better. She doesn't come into the kitchen. So
the humans are the ones that need the training.
Yeah, that's right. Kimber, you haven't said anything about it.
Yeah, I'm a horrible cook and I don't like it. It's the most stressful thing. I love having people over and hosting. I will cook for other people. It's more like if it can be done in one dish, that's great for me. I mean,
One dish wonder.
For house. I do have a Cancer Mars, but it's retrograde and out of bounds. So I feel like my sisters love cooking. There was cooking, just Thanksgiving. I am the only one that shows up empty-handed. I do have a partner who also has a Cancer Mars, but he loves cooking, and thank goodness. And I have a chef, so.
Well, Mars and Cancer, so quick. Let's make this quick and let's just put it in one bowl, like you said. It's fine.
No, and that's the thing. He like uses so many pots, and like he will just try new things. And like he enjoys that. It is so stressful. Cooking is just very stressful to me. It's like I feel like I'm on Hell's Kitchen or something, and just I'm like, I gotta get this done. And it's all like, I've had a few party guests show up and have to like take over for me in my kitchen because I made mashed potatoes and this was supposed to be potato soup, and I don't know how to fix this.
It's like a sitcom.
It's really bad. I have an apron though. I do like to act like I'm like, look at me and my nice little pot and my wooden spoon, but I'm like, I'm pointless.
Am I allowed to talk about your chart? Or are we allowed to talk about your chart?
My chart? Yeah.
I don't really know much of your chart, but I'm surprised with your Taurus moon that you don't like to cook.
Yeah. I thought about that too, because like I think about all the other Tauruses in my life love food, but I wonder if it's just that Pluto connected to the Taurus moon too. So it's just, I do love good food. I like going out to eat. I love when people cook for me, but it's just stressful.
Is the moon squaring the Saturn?
It's a wide square. And yeah, that's all I have to say.
Andy, you haven't said what you do with I know Shane does all the cooking, right? He does a lot of cooking.
I have Mars and Jupiter and Cancer, and I used to cook a lot. But what I use that Mars and Jupiter and Cancer now is for crafting and making stuff. But yeah, Shane does all the cooking. He just loves it. I mean, if I even try to intervene, it's like, I get the look or whatever. But I really enjoy going out to eat nowadays. I've been cooking. My daughter just turned 18, right? I've been cooking for 17 years. It's like you get to a point where you're like, yeah, I'm over the cooking thing. Like, I got it, So I think I'm just sick of cooking, honestly, because I don't know, 17 years of cooking.
Oh, I've been doing it for over 40 years. And you know what? 50 years maybe. And yeah, I've slowed down with that too, because I just enjoyed so much doing it, but it takes too much energy out of me right now. So yeah, that's what happens.
I liked that topic, Debbie.
Thank you. Thank you.
Did everyone get to say what they cooked or how they cook? Mm-hmm. Should we roll the dice again?
Interesting.
Debbie rolls, right?
Well, I have a 12-side one, so we'll see where we go with that. What numbers are we have? What numbers we got? We did 1, 3, and 6, right? 6. So we
might have to do this again next week.
Yeah, I like the dice roll. Do you like it?
I love it, and I was worried that we wouldn't all get a chance to go, but actually the flow is really good.
Gotta go heavies on this. 5.
Should we do the dice roll every week since it's a random content generator show?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Okay.
5. Who's number 5?
Jay-Z.
Oh, okay. All right. If I'm number 5, I'm still stuck on a question from the Ricky show. So I want to ask you all if you believe in reincarnation and why.
Yes, I do believe in reincarnation.
Yes.
Why? Because I do believe the soul. I feel this. I feel this down into my soul. I feel that I've had experiences where I knew that I actually came from the western part of the United States. I might have come down from Russia. And I actually have seen Washington State I know what it looks like. I had this oil, it's called arborvitae. I didn't know anything about it when I was in that business of essential oils. I opened that bottle and it smelled like home to me. I'm like, oh my God. And then I looked it up and it is indigenous to Washington State.
Oh.
Oh,
I have been there. And plus I think I chose my Mars in Pisces because I think I was a warrior in a previous life. My
What's the
grandfather, my grandfather was a Russian. He was a warrior in Russia, and my sister, who's much older than me, she said he died when I was 1 year old. He goes, you would have loved him because he just adored you, and there was a connection between me and my grandfather that I've never met. I don't remember him, but I have felt these experiences, and I do believe the soul lives on forever.
Yeah. If you look at your nodal story in evolutionary astrology, you can see the journey of your soul, whatever soul that incarnated into your body and the work it's here to do. My husband and I did some past life regression work together. And when he was in the state, he started like really like having a reaction. And then he started spelling out a word. So I was his scribe. I was writing it down, 11 letters long. And he was like, I'm at a market. They're coming for me. I'm dying for my job. And then he went to a different life when he was in England and another life when he was in France. And every single life he died for his job. And it's like a huge thing. He turns everything into work in this lifetime. He overcommits himself until they basically use him up. And I'm like, you're doing it again. You're dying for your job. Anyways, we Google that 11-letter word. It's an ancient market in India, that like an ancient town in India that was known for the market that everyone drove into. And he was literally vividly at, and he's not worldly. Like he didn't know that ahead of time. So, I mean, he's worldly.
Oh my
Sorry.
God, you gave me chills in the back. The
Yeah.
hair on the back of my neck is standing up.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
I don't know. Like I do, because I feel like based on the relationships that I've had, I also have a balsamic moon, but I feel like I have multiple soulmates in this life, and I feel like I've known them, and that it's not like a coincidence that we've come together. It feels like it's somehow like tying up loose ends. I mean, they just the really like deep connected relationships. And so for that reason, I feel like we must have traveled together across lifetimes. But then also, like, I don't know totally what my belief system is like on time. Like maybe it's because like this time we're in has always existed and so that's why or like bloodline, like I feel ancestrally connected, but like maybe it's through blood, or like there's our souls are not just like, maybe there's like pieces of it that that reincarnate, but like I don't know, I have like a lot of thoughts around that, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your point of view, Jay-Z? Because you asked the question.
I'd love to continue with this conversation.
Oh
And
my gosh,
like we
yes.
only had like 6 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys want to start next week with the reincarnation topic?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Wow.
let's start with Jay-Z. Jay-Z, what do you think about it for the last minute? Let's go.
I think that it's all thoughts in our heads, and I think we're making it up.
That's
For a
one
pack
perspective.
Pisces 12th house. Jeez, Jay-Z.
The Virgo. He's like,
Yeah, I'm
no
surprised
realism.
too, but
Yeah.
hey.
Really leaning into your Pluto. Huh.
Yeah.
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 Wait, so Jenna didn't get to bring a topic and Kimber didn't bring the topic. Do we want to start with reincarnation, then their topics next week, and then
Yes.
we'll go random again?
I think so, unless you
Can I
all
come up with a
oppose.
different one? Because mine was literally, what signs do your spirits send you? And that's basically what Laurel said.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
All right, I like the element if you guys like it too, because I think it's most fair, and then I like when people moderate their question too, but Jenna, you'll still be the co-host, and I'll put you on all the thumbnails because.
Do you want some new photos of me in my shirt?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. I like how that maple behind you really sets it off.
This is
Yeah.
on a stranger's property, and it called to me this fall, and now I'm really good friends with this tree. I have not met the landowners yet.
Yeah.
This is my friend.
Well, I appreciate all of your magical thinking, and like the more augury, the better. Is my question.
Yeah.
That cattail was an omen. It's time to go. All right, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye.